Yeah, it's official. The Penguins are trying to kill me. It's the only explanation that I have for this signing is that they're trying to kill me. They're just going through the list of defensemen that will cause me to have a big blockage around one of my arteries around my heart, keel over and die. And yeah. Now, for those who don't know, Cody Ceci has been signed by the Pittsburgh Penguins at $1.25 million for 1 year. Oh boy, he's going to play with Matheson, isn't he? They're going to put him with Matheson, and it's going to be such a slow line. Last year we had to deal with Schultz and Johnson. Whenever they came out, it was just two totem poles that just had no defensive responsibility in their zone. And they couldn't pass the puck to anyone else, and they couldn't really do anything. Cody Ceci got 8 points at the Maple Leafs last year. Tells me he doesn't move the puck out of the zone very well into the forwards. And guess who needs to carry that puck over? Like, the Penguins move the puck that way. Now, their system will be better than the Leaf system in the fact that they have the option to just loop it up as high as they can, and the Penguins run onto it. They're still doing that. So, I mean, in that sense, I think Ceci will actually have a better year and will probably be a better fit in Toronto, in Penguin Town than in Maple Leaf Land. But it's still not a good thing. Like, just because it's a slightly better fit of a terrible player doesn't take anything away that he's a terrible player. There are so many better defensemen on this at the UFA list that are still available that you could pay this amount of money for. There's so many that are just better, or you could just pay a little bit more, just a little small more, and go like to the 1.5, 1.6, and get someone to help this franchise. And CC is just not that player. And it just comes under the whole, like, what are you doing, Rutherford? There's one good move, and then there's one thing that everyone just scratches their head and they're like, this, how come? The weird thing is there's 8 defensemen on this team, and I understand that they're going to need defensive depth, and there's not too much in the broom closet, so I do understand going out and getting someone like a Ceci. I get that, but why did it have to be Ceci? Why did it have to be him? It couldn't have been anyone else. I don't get where he fits in this team. Like, I just don't get it. He's not a top 4 guy. He's a liability as a 5'6", and you don't pay a guy that's a 7'8" defenseman, and you don't pay a guy that won't play every game $1.25 million. You just don't. Like, you can get those for $700,000. It just, man, it just doesn't make much sense. Like, I would much rather Chad Ruhwedel out there than Cody Ceci, and that's a big call. Hell, I would accept Trotman coming up over Ceci. Like, it's a lot, man. Like, why can't we just have? You know what, I accepted the Matheson pill, and I wasn't actually angry about it. Like, I was actually like, yeah, okay, he's not the greatest defenseman in the world, but I think he will be better suited for this team than he was in Florida. And, I was a little bit excited about this lineup. Like, I still think that there's huge gaping holes in this team. But, man, like, Cody Ceci, why do we want every defenseman in the 2012 draft? Why do we just need them all? This is our 4th one. I don't know why we're collecting them. I don't understand anymore. I just don't know what's going on. We have to actually ask ourselves, like, could Cody Ceci hit 1,000 games? Because he's nearly 500 now. No, he couldn't. Surely not. How many games is Cody Ceci going to get? It's unbelievable. Like, it really is crazy. Yeah. He's still in this league. He's so bad. Like, he really is so bad. Still unconfirmed on the terms. I mean, they surely didn't have to give him a no movement or a no trade, right? Like, surely. Like, proper, this is, yeah. Oh, like anyone else, I wouldn't have had a problem with this deal. I understand. They need defensive depth. It's going to be a truncated season. You don't want to have an injury because if you even if it's not a truncated season, say it runs at its same pace, but it's only 50 games. If you have injuries and have an off week or two, there's no flexibility for that. So you need to have depth. And so I understand why teams are going out and getting that depth. Evan Rodriguez, Jankowski, really great gets by the Penguins. Really good pieces of business. I was really happy with that, especially Jankowski. It's only upside there. If it doesn't work out, meh, it doesn't matter. But Cody Ceci, like, we're going to have to watch. Like, I just know it. I just know there's something that's going to cost us in this deal. I just know that when I do my post-Penguin games, for every Penguin game that happens, there's going to be so many times that I'm screaming at the camera about Cody Ceci. And I know for a fact that there's a guy that does it for the Maple Leafs. You may have heard of him. He's a bit of a little channel. And Steve Dangle. I'm obviously being facetious. He's the biggest thing in like hockey YouTube, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I know for a fact that he yelled about Cody Ceci. I don't watch any of his videos because I don't want to sound anything like him. Well, I don't watch him now since I started doing it for myself. But yeah, like it's just why the internet does not need someone else yelling about Cody Ceci. He needed to go to a team that no one would yell about. Send him to Arizona. He'd love it down there. It's dry weather. He might have asthma or something. Is that right up? Or no, it doesn't clear it up, but helps out. I don't think they have big hay fever seasons there. It's been terrible in Canberra, the hay fever season. It's been a nightmare. Yeah, I was somewhat excited, and then I saw Cody Ceci was hired, and I was hungover this morning too, so it was just it was a bad headspace to try and process what I was just reading. But yep, that's it. Yep. This is going to be so much fun. This is going to be so much fun just watching whatever the hell that line is going to be. I know he's going to be with Matheson at some point. They're just going to do it. They're going to do it because they want me to die. They want me to have a heart attack. They want my arteries to burst. Oh well, at least it's a 1-year deal. That's the one thing I will say there's a positive, is a 1-year deal. There's no risk outside of this year. It's just, man, like I actually don't think he's an NHL defenseman anymore. I really don't. Well, not anymore. I just don't think he's an NHL defenseman. Wow. That 2012 draft, man, is just filled with just so many question marks and like, what? Yeah, especially that first round. There's some really good players in there. You get like Morgan Riley, Lindholm, Dumba, like they're all in that draft. And then it's like Cody Ceci. Olli Marta's like below Ceci in the draft. Pouliot was taken by the Penguins. Boy, did that work out. He got another contract, by the way. Who has played more games? He's definitely played more games than Pouliot, right? Like, oh, Trouba's in that draft too. Yeah, well and truly, yeah. The thing is, I only played 202 NHL games. But yeah, oh boy. I know it's not all about points, but like, you just need to be able to do more than get 8 in a season and be a liability in the playoffs. Anyway, guys, that is the whole video. If you did like this video, hit the like button. Otherwise, hit subscribe. It really does mean a lot, and it gives me the motivation to keep making these things as we keep growing this channel. So I really do appreciate it. Comment down below. Is it as bad as I think it is with Ceci? I feel like there's going to need to be a lot of beer in this fridge for Penguin games. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. See you, and bye.